What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video, and it looked like Stephanie White had a lot of things to say in her press conference about the current state of this Indiana Fever basketball team. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. John Liquidator is going to have a little different approach when it comes to this video. Yes, we have troubles going on in Paradise, but Stephanie White is to be blamed, but we cannot put all of the blame on her because for the simple fact, if we had Caitlin Clark in the lineup, the Indiana Fever would not be losing back-to-back games. Let's just all be for real. Like, we ain't finna sit here and act like if Caitlin Clark was not hurt, we'll be losing, bruh. Because we all know in the fan base damn well, if Caitlin Clark was not injured, we will be balling on their ass right now. Now, I have to make this video with pure honesty. Granted, some of the players you brought in is not living up to the hype. One being Sophie Cunningham. Now, we know she currently got hurt, but I'm telling you right now, she played good in preseason. This regular season, she cannot find a shot or stay healthy. Another issue, bro. But we have to go back here because remember when I said we cannot put all of the blame on Stephanie White, but she do got to take responsibility for some. Let's go over something real quick. You see, what bothered me yesterday was the Indiana Fever not taking responsibility and shooting the ball from three. Stephanie White has completely orchestrated one of the worst offensive performances as a coach in a mighty long time. Now, even before Caitlin Clark got hurt, she was making some questionable decisions, taking her on the ball, off the ball. I don't know what the hell she called this, but I'm telling you right now, Christy Sides gave you the blueprint of a lifetime. Coming off that damn Olympic break, Christy Sides orchestrated one of the bestest coaching offensive performances the Indiana Fever has seen in a mighty long time. And I'm telling you right now, Christy Sides is looking like Phil Jackson. And I got some other information for you. You guys see this right here? These are stats from the 2024 season. Now, what I'm about to click on is 3 points attempted by any team in the WNBA for the 2024 season. And as you guys can see here, when I click on the 3PA, what do we see? We see the Connecticut Sun, second to last in three-point attempts. Now, I can tell you right now, what Stephanie White is essentially doing questionably, which I told y'all she was going to do, was turn this team into a pretty much battery-operated Connecticut Sun. And what's crazy about all of this, she just lost to the same damn team she left, and it was a totally different roster. I mean, my goodness, Stephanie White has to be held accountable for one, not signing European players. You want to know why the Valkyries are looking kind of good? They signed European players. You want to know why certain set teams has arguably been able to go 4-1, which is the Phoenix Mercury? Because they signed European players. Now, I'm not one that's big on overseas players, but hell, look at us now. Now we wish we could have got an Emma Messelman or somebody, because as a right now, getting rid of Grace Berger, Bree Hall, and I'm telling you, this whole thing looks spooky. Now, Stephanie White did talk to the media yesterday, and we got to go over it, man. Roll the damn footage.
How much did that shift things and lead to some of the struggles you guys have in the offensive end?
I think in the first quarter, at the end of the first quarter into the second, it was like kind of like a gut punch. And then we had to really reconfigure what we were doing on the offensive end, and it affected us in the second quarter, no doubt. Not having another primary ball handler. We take Sophie out of what she does naturally really well when she has to become a ball handler. I think it kind of punched us in the gut for a little while. But look, the reality is, like, this stuff happens. Like, we've seen it time and time again in our league, and having to find a way. We can't take 2.5 quarters to then figure it out from a toughness standpoint, from an energy standpoint. I was proud of our fight in the fourth quarter. After Sophie goes down, I was proud of our fight. But our consistency throughout the course of the game has to be better.
Tawana was just in here talking about hesitancy and how it was leading to turnovers offensively, and you guys are all figuring that out. I get that. But with the injuries piling up and all that, how do you keep assessing and evaluating the process of your offense when there's so much changing all the time?
Yeah, I think offensively it makes it a little bit more difficult. We got to get creative. We got to figure out who can get us into offense. We got to figure out what actions we can run. And we're gonna have to do the same thing defensively. Honestly, and from a rotation standpoint. But that's what we do. That's our job, right? Like we got to figure it out. We've got to get creative on both ends of the floor. But DB's absolutely right. I think many times, and you've seen it really throughout the course of early in the season, is just like unsure, hesitant on coming to the ball, moving without the ball. Am I passing it? Am I not passing it? Instead of really letting it flow. Part of that's still getting to know one another. I think part of that is understanding what to get, which actions we're trying to get in the system. We got to simplify in a big way. And then we got to continue to build and grow. Look, there's no question, we're hitting adversity right now. Like it's challenging. And it's still a great opportunity for us because it's not going to be perfect. It's early enough in the season that we've got a chance to really, I think, find a gut check moment, right? And who we're going to be through adversity. And, I think our team battled. We just didn't have enough at the end.
Does it take a toll mentally at all you come into the game without Caitlin, then you lose Sydney, you lose Sophie, and just kind of feels like things are piling up on you there in the moment?
Not in the moment it doesn't. And again, like we've seen this time and time again in our league, right? Like nobody feels sorry for you. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just have to figure it out. We've got to make sure that while it might look different, we've got to have fewer moments of breakdowns on the defensive end. We got to have fewer moments of a flurry of turnovers. We've got to have fewer moments where we come out of timeout and not executing. Those are areas we can control. We can't control the injuries. We can't control right now, who's on or off the floor. And, we can figure out some different rotations. We can figure out a different way to play. But we also have to be able to control the things that we can control on the floor and still grow in those areas.
What do you think shifted for you all in that 16-0 run in the fourth quarter, and then also the last shot? Just your thoughts on the last play.
I think in the fourth quarter we just found another gear. We found another gear. As much as the Sydney injury was probably a gut punch for us, the Sophie one gave us a little bit of juice. And so we found another gear. I thought our activity level on the defensive end was really good. We stopped being hesitant. We started taking our open shots. We were aggressive to the rim. As far as the last play, it wasn't clean. We didn't get it in cleanly. I thought we were gonna, the way it was developing looked like we were gonna have a good look, but it just wasn't clean.
I guess first, is there any update on Sophie and Sydney, or like the severity of their injuries?
No update yet. Wait to hear from our training staff about where we are right now. But no, Sid was in the locker room. I didn't see Sophie after the game.
Yeah, and then on that final play too, is that what you were looking for, the three-pointer, or what were you kind of looking for play-wise?
No, we weren't looking for a three necessarily. We were just looking to get a quick score. I think the three happened because it didn't come in cleanly, and there was a little fumble involved.
15 points leading to 30.
Yeah.
I mean, that seemed like the difference in the game. What stood out to you from those turnovers that piled up?
Yeah, the live ball, the unforced ones, and to DB's point, there was so much of uncertainty. Part of that is your second point guard's not on the floor, right? And now other players are playing with the ball in their hands, trying to get us into offense. So part of that's just experience and not being in that role before necessarily. For a long period of time. I mean, everybody is for a short period of time. And then I think the other part of it is just a little bit of hesitancy, coming to the ball, cutting away from the ball, reads, trying to find mismatches, sometimes overthinking. But again, I think some of that is just, we were down another point guard and lots of different players are playing out of position, so to speak.
Now, that was Stephanie White speaking to the media immediately after the game. Now, one thing your boy John Liquidator will say, I'm not finna jump ship right now. Because you want to know why? We still got the GOAT on our roster, bro. Like, I still believe they finna go to the finals and win, bro. Like, y'all really think I'm writing this season off? I'm not like these other creators. Do we got issues? Yes, we got really, really bad issues. But the issues is not finna stop me from believing in this basketball team, knowing when Caitlin Clark come back, she gonna be the floor general of a lifetime. Caitlin Clark gonna come back with a vengeance. I'm telling you, she gonna come back and remind everybody why she the GOAT. Get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. And I'm telling you right now, do not jump ship on this damn team. We gotta hold the people accountable that put us in this position. Like always, man, until next time, shake the damn haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out. Shake the haters.